We've received various complaints from artists, crews on this issue of middlemen taking cuts from the pays, or sometimes they are even lied to that maybe they were not paid for a particular production. You don't tell the other person that you would take this particular thing, and you just take the money from the producer, and then because you're the one to pay this person, you would decide how much you give to the person instead of giving the person. Welcome back to DURA'S podcast, where we peel the back layers of our DURA'S entertainment industry. I am your host, Afro Debbie, and today we are diving into a topic that many have refused to talk about, and only a few would want to discuss about it: middlemen in our industry. Now, I know this is not limited to only Nollywood or entertainment industry. It happens in other industries, but we are focusing on entertainment and especially Nollywood. And today, joining me, I have an amazing guest, Emoji. He is a comedian, an actor, and a well-seasoned production manager. Welcome, Emoji.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining. So we just want to hear, what's your view on middlemen in Nollywood?
Okay. I don't know if I will start by explaining the word middleman to maybe a layman's understanding. A middleman. This is somebody who is standing in for somebody, standing in for another person. So that's how I will start from middleman. So I'm the middleman, somebody is giving to me and I'm giving to the other person. So if we're bringing it into the industry, I'll take myself to be a point of interaction, production manager. So I'm the middleman between my crew and then maybe my producer. That's why you can call me a line producer. So I play a role of a middleman there. I get contacts from my producer and I dispatch that same contact to my crew members. So middleman for me is the man in the middle between two persons. It can be anybody, but because of this industry, I play line producer, I collect from the producer, and then I pour it back to the crew. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So over the years, we've noticed and we've received various complaints from artists, crews on this issue of middlemen taking cuts from the pays, or sometimes they are even lied to that maybe they were not paid for a particular production. Meanwhile, the middleman, which is the production manager, would have taken a certain cut from them without informing these people. So have you experienced that before? Have you?
Yes, I think I have. Like I said, I am so privileged to be speaking on this as a production manager. So middleman, there is a cut. Okay, there's a business we're about to do, a film production that is set to be done.
Yeah.
And okay, if I'm speaking of myself and I'm calling the A, Alpha, how much will you do this particular job for 7 days? And A is telling me 150,000 naira. For me, if I play a role of a middleman, I want to be just. If I want to be just, then I will tell you, okay, 150, Alpha, make I do 140 for you. And then that person is accepting to do 140 business. He has accepted to do 140, and I'm going back to the table to tell my table it's actually 150. That is to a plus to myself. Most persons don't do it. Me, I'm just trying to be very plain. I used to. So if I tell you, you tell me it's 150, I tell you it's 140 I can afford, so that there can be a plus to me. And why I personally started this part was the part when maybe there's a particular producer you want to work with, and then your charge, they won't meet it. You know about it. You're being underpaid. You know about it. So the only time you have to meet up, to get up your own pay, is to just play that role of a middleman. But you need to play it very well. Where it gets to get issues is when most middlemen don't play it very. Most middlemen, you come into the middle, you get the 150 from the B part, you get it from the A part, and you're not giving it out. That is where issues comes in. But if there's an agreement between A and B, me and you have an agreement, 150, let me do 140, and I know you will do this thing for 140, I know. So if I do 140 for you, I think I'm good to go. I don't think I have any issues with that. Where the issue is coming is when we do 140 and maybe the person I'm bringing in for 140 is not even worth 140. That is where the challenge is now. The person I'm bringing does not worth a 140, and then you're collecting 140 to pay that person for 140. Now the person is on the field and he can't deliver for 140. So issues start coming in. But if there be no issues, if I do 140 to you and you're on the project and it's good to go, I think there's no challenge with that.
Okay, so you think there's no challenge with the other person not knowing that you took a 10% cut out, and maybe, let me say, sometime maybe something sparks up a discussion between the B and your producer, and the producer maybe lets them know that you were pay 150k, and then how do you think the person would feel that 150 and where did the 10 go?
That's a clarification can quickly come now. So there are times I can call you and I do 150 for you. Most times we'll quote it quickly and say, Alpha, now 150 they won't give you. I'll collect 10.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like when people are transparent, but where it sparks issues are when maybe you don't tell the other person that you would take this particular thing, and you just take the money from the producer, and then because you're the one to pay this person, you would decide how much you give to the person instead of giving the person.
Okay, fair enough. That's a no. That's actually a big no to it. On that same note, there are persons, if I'm a production manager, there are persons I have, they are like friends, they're like close colleagues.
Yeah.
I'm quoting it. They're like close colleagues. There are people, they are trainees. Let's take it to that part. There are people who call my trainees. I have this boy is a personal assistant. I have this boy is a sound recordist. I have this person is a gaffer. They are my trainees. It's because of my influence they are at that point. I will quote it because I know this is actually this is something that's going on air. If I quote it, these are my boys. Those quotes are my boys then with this. So I go there and take the 100 million naira, but I make sure they are what's due. Not that I will just cut the price and make sure they don't make them useless or something. No. Do you understand? If I go out there, I can quote above, come back to them, how far, say as it go be, so I go give them, make we go do this thing, and then they will come and go. That's why there's an agreement to it because of the quote trainees. The one that is bad is you do 150, you give that person 140, and then when the problem comes up now, the person, but I pay 150 for these props and sets. Let me quote it. I pay 150 for props. I come, they give me what they're supposed to give me. So to terminate or to close that particular part of it, you have an agreement with your B part. Alpha, then they give you 150, but I'll give you 140, and then you put the word I beg. You understand? So that when we come to feed, it doesn't come to terminate anything there.
All right, thank you so much for that. So let's pivot a bit from this. Do you think formal acting, or do you think before we get into production manager anything, do you think you should include business training, like on the part of the crews, so that they don't get, should I put it, scammed from these production managers? Because I think apart from you now coming out plain,
yes,
there's never been any other production manager that will come out now and say, I take 10% cut from it. Everybody's like trying to dodge from that stuff. So do you think like it should include business training? Everyone should get like trained in this whole thing, so you don't have to say somebody is taking my 10%. And also, do you think that everyone has to sign a contract before the start of any movie job?
Okay. These questions are actually plenty, and I'm trying to be plain. There are plenty. Business training. Everybody in life should be training whatever you're doing. I actually came in the industry to just come in and act because I just loved acting. That's why I came in. So I came into it, to be honest. Why I switched from acting and started having a love for management, production management, is because how I was treated. When I went my times in Owerri, Enugu State, and I was actually treated like, Baba, follow for what we do. Do you understand? Yeah. And it was those production management that they are doing these threats. Because a PM will actually want to be a king over everything, because he is a king over everything. Aside the director and producer, those ones, they are up. The PM is on the floor. So you're coming on set is the PM. You're going out is a PM. You're being paid is a PM. So I came into PM and got registered and all that because of what I went through. That's why I came into it. So if you say everybody should have a business, yes, it is. We should all have business ideas. You should know the what. That's where we start from. You should know the what. A PM has a what. A continuity person has a what. A director of photography has a what. Where the challenge comes in now is, those persons, how good are they at the crafts to be paid that particular amount? So if I'm not good at a craft and I'm charging 150, I'm doing 150,000 naira for a craft and I know inside I can't even do it. I think I will bench into costuming, and then you take a particular amount in costuming, 200, 300,000 naira, and you can't meet up the task. You're only charging because maybe you read the scripts, I quote, now big job or now small job, then you just charge. Then you go to market, you buy clothes and you're there, and you can't meet up task of the he or she that you are in the project. So everybody should be business minded. Do you understand? So that is the first. Everybody should be business. Now, signing of contracts, it's company diversity. Every company has its own. There are jobs I do before I get paid, you will sign. And once you fail any law on the signature you've signed, if it's to be arrested, you go for it because you already signed, you've agreed to the terms and conditions of what you're doing. You understand? And that is why where producers are running away from this signature. It will help. If all of us begin to sign, it will actually help, because some people might overuse you or undervalue you. That your signature can quickly speak for you. In one note, you tell me the job is for 3 days, and I tell you to give me 100,000 naira for 3 days. That is my agreement with you. Then on your production, something happened. Not for me. Let's quickly quote it personally. Not for me. I didn't mismanage funds. I didn't nothing. And then there's a reason why the thing is not flowing well, because some producers can be, and then understand, and it's going to 4 to 5 days. I signed with you 3 days, 100,000 naira. There's a signature, so I won't do that. 4th day you will come, let's discuss. The 5th day you come, let's discuss. But once there's no signature, every producer quote can quickly, because you don't have a say now, and that's where they can quickly come into you. But I don't pay you now. But it was for 3 days. So if we are business minded on it, is fine. If I have a signature to it, I think it's also fine. So
all right, these are very thoughtful insights. Thank you so much for joining us on DURA'S podcast.
Thank you.
So quick one, what piece of advice do you have to those people out there who are feeling frustrated of the bad middlemen?
Okay. Grow up, guys. Just grow up. My story is actually plenty. I started very rough, like very, very rough. Rough. It was stressful. So to all of us that are outside going through 1, going through 2, frustration, middlemen, they collect your money. Let's do it like they collect your money, they squander your money, then they pay you up to. Grow up. As in, you need to grow up by force. You need to grow up. I grew up to the page and then things are changing. If you don't grow up, if you don't get wise or grow up, that is why most times education part of it is not really bad, that you have an idea of what you're doing. Yeah. You need to know what you're doing. You are a DOP, you need to know you are a DOP. You are a director, you need to know who are you. That is the question. So for anybody that is going through one frustrating part of middlemen coming to squander your money and all that, grow up, set a standard for yourself, and don't come down from your standard. If your standard is 120, set 120 standard. Please don't come down from it. Baba can't do for me now. I might just give you 60,000. You're 120. Baba can just give you 40. I might work now. No, don't do it. There are some good guys in this industry that I know. They are my friends. They are camera owners. They are equipment owners. They can do every other thing for you, but when it comes to that business part of it, they will tell you the price. The price. No friendship on that note. How many days? You say 7 days. 4,000 times 7. No discounts. They can do every other thing for you. Some good guys in the industry, they can shoot for you for free. But that's equipment, money, you will pay. That is, you've set a standard for yourself. So for me, everybody going through any bad times in the industry based on bad middlemen, please grow up.
So grow up it is. Thank you so much. And until next time, guys, keep growing up. And don't forget to subscribe to DURA'S Voice podcast and follow our socials. We'll see you in our next episode.
Thank you.